Stop by the Northwest Art Center to view poster art from artist Amos Paul Kennedy Jr., Calvin Latourie, and Paul Kreisenbeck. The artwork will be on display through November 2nd and is part of the Notstock exhibition. The exhibit is located within the Northwest Art Center at the Walter Peel Gallery on the lower level of the Gordon B. Olson Library. The gallery will be open tonight till 8, tomorrow until 5, and on Saturday from 1 to 5. The project is supported in part by a grant from the North Dakota Council on the Arts coming from the North Dakota State Legislature and the National Endowment for the Arts. More information about the exhibit can be found on the MSU website. Minot State University Veterans Week is coming up on Monday, and Veteran Service Officer Andy Highcamp is making sure veterans on and off campus are not forgotten.
So this year our Veterans Week will include a community fair, which has about 20 different service providers from our area that work with our area veterans and student veterans on campus here. Also, we'll have an event at 11:30 in the Wesley Room, which will have faculty, staff, and student veteran members that'll talk a little bit about what Veterans Day means to them. And the purpose of our Veterans Day, obviously, is to recognize the members that have served that are still alive today, and just to recognize their service to our country and thank them for providing the things that the freedoms we enjoy today.
Minot State Veterans Week starts on Monday, November 1st, and will run through Friday, November 8th. For more information, give Heitkamp a call at 701-858-4002. Gourmet Chef is giving a chance for MSU students to hone their skills in the kitchen. Gourmet Chef is offering an in-house knife skills workshop from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Chef Corey Mattern will be teaching basic knife skill practices. The event is limited to 12 people, so sign up early as possible. The course will include a cutlery history lesson and will cover knife construction, carving techniques, sharpening, and general knife handling. Participants will also be taking home a free Wusthof paring knife. The fee for the event is $45 and is located at 122 Main Street South in Minot. For more information, contact Gourmet Chef at 701-839-8928. So it's kind of a unique opportunity for Minot State students to hone their knife handling skills. And you know, the funny thing is they actually do many other cooking workshops. So it's definitely a place to keep on the radar for sure.
Yeah, I feel like that's something college students can use. I know I definitely could hone my cooking skills a little bit.
Yeah, that would be really nice, especially since we're like not at home and we don't have our like parents to cook for us, so we'd be able to learn how. Thank you, Chad. Yeah. Moving on to the weather side of things, hopefully Michael has good news tonight for us and fellow trick-or-treaters.
Thanks, Monica. Yeah, what I'm talking about is like what all North Dakotans kind of fear the most around this time of the year, the upcoming weather. So looking across into the eastern part of North Dakota, we have a current temperature of 38 degrees in Grand Forks, 40 degrees in Fargo, and then over here on the western part, we have 38 degrees in Williston, 37 degrees in Dickinson, 41 degrees in state capital Bismarck, and we have a current temperature of 37 degrees in hometown Minot. Looking forward into the upcoming days, we have coming up is here we go. Coming up for tomorrow, we have a high of 35 degrees with a low of 27, and it is supposed to be cloudy skies all day. Moving on into Saturday, we have a high of 44 degrees. It is supposed to be sunny with partly cloudy skies, and it is a low of 28 degrees. On Sunday, we are expecting some snow showers, so be ready for that, with a high of 40 degrees and a low of 26. Moving on into Monday, we have a high of 30 degrees with a low temperature of 12 degrees, and it is supposed to be cloudy all day. On to Tuesday, we have a high of 24 with a low of 13, but it's supposed to be sunny with partly cloudy skies. Moving on into Wednesday, we have a high of 20 degrees with a low of 10 degrees, and it is once again supposed to be sunny with partly cloudy skies. Then on to Thursday, we have a high of 16 degrees, and it is supposed to be sunny with partly cloudy skies. And once again, we're getting into the lower temperatures coming up, so please bundle up, just be prepared. We're getting into the last part of the year. So just be ready with some nice hot cocoa here and there. But that's about it for weather. What do you guys have next?
Thanks, Michael. The music department's 41st annual Northwest International Festival of Music is coming up soon. With me now is the MSU band director, David Rowlandson, and then the department chair, Eric Anderson. So tell me a little bit about what this event is kind of all about, because I know it's 2 days, November 1st and 2nd, so kind of what happens during those days.
Okay, well, this is an annual event where we invite about 700 students by audition into 2 bands of 100 plus each and 3 choirs of 100 plus each.
Wow.
Also this year, brand new is string chamber music. So we're really reaching out to band, choir, and orchestra this year for the first time. And they rehearse from Friday morning tomorrow through Saturday afternoon, and then give 2 final concerts where we expect to pack Nelson Hall twice. So a couple thousand people coming on the campus on Saturday afternoon. Yeah.
Okay, and then what time are those concerts?
Those concerts are 1:30 for the band concert and 3:30 for the choir and chamber music.
Okay, perfect. And then what's your kind of involvement with this? Because we mentioned earlier that it's kind of your wheelhouse.
Yeah, so a lot of universities throughout the country, they have a similar event, an honor banner, honor choir, and we really take pride in what we do. But essentially my role as the director of bands at Minot State University is and I guess because I've been here through a transition of our former choir director retiring into our new choir director, I've kind of taken on the organizational side of things. So logistically and I guess the whole planning side of things, getting the event started, planning out, sending out letters, listening to the band auditions, organizing the bands, working with facilities to prepare all the performance spaces. So it's basically, not only do I direct one of the bands, but it's kind of taking charge of all the organization that happens behind the scenes.
Yeah,
so
it sounds like.
Yeah, it's a couple months of work, really.
I can imagine.
Starting, I think our first letters and things were sent out last spring, advertising the dates and guest conductors, and then we met over the summer to do some planning, and then it really picked up in the fall. So.
Okay, and you said there's like 700 students that come.
Yes.
Yeah. So where, like what area are they, areas I guess, do they come from?
That's a good question. Initially, you'll see that it was called the Northwest International Festival.
I noticed that.
And I think when it was originally founded, I think travel was a little bit easier from Canada down here. So I think students right across the border in some of those border towns came down for the festival. We don't have any international students currently, but the majority are from North Dakota, and we do have some participants who come in from Montana.
Okay.
I've sent some invitations to people in kind of along the border of Minnesota, and hopefully we can get some more, and maybe one day again get some Canadian students down too. But primarily North Dakota, from all over, from down by Fargo and South, Dickinson is coming, Williston, kind of all the corners of the state, and we get a lot of participation from the great students here in Minot as well.
Yeah, I'll definitely try to find some time to go check that out.
Great. Yeah.
And again, that's Friday and Saturday for the Northwest International Festival of Music. Coming up next, we'll have some more campus news as well as a Halloween-oriented video or interview.
Thank you to all of our underwriters.
All-American Trophies for all your screen printing and embroidery needs.
ArtMain, offering custom frames, art supplies, and jewelry.
Buffalo Wings and Rings, a sports restaurant experience located in South Minot.
Badlands Bar and Grill, located on 31st Avenue in Minot.
Trinity Health is a comprehensive healthcare system based in Minot, North Dakota.
Fiancé, with all your prom and bridal needs, located in downtown Minot.
KCJB 910 AM, Minot's news and information station.
Buffalo Wild Wings, wings, beer, sports.
KIZZ FM Z94, playing today's hit music.
Mix 99.9, Minot's Music Mix.
Happy Joe's Pizza and Ice Cream, serving the Midwest since 1972.
SRT, offering a number of services including phone, TV, internet, and security.
KRRZ, 1390 AM, Minot's classic hits.
KZPR 105.3 FM, Minot's rock station.
Jacobson Music, bringing music to the Northern Plains since 1980.
Qdoba, easy, on time, full of flavor.
Nice Impressions, no job is too big or too small, located in downtown Minot.
Welcome back, everybody. As college-age individuals, there are numerous ways on campus that we can stay fit. One strategy, however, I feel goes very unnoticed. Today, I'm joined by a very special guest, Lane Sarsten, who's a Rockwall attendant at Minot State University's Rockwall. Now, Lane, could you tell me how many years have you been working at the Rockwall?
Some would probably say too many. It's been about 5 now. It'll be at the end of next semester. So I've been there a while now.
Wow, so that's basically your entire college career.
Yeah.
So it's my understanding that you have a very wide variety of belays and routes on the wall. Could you describe those a little bit for me?
Yeah, we try to keep a pretty wide variety, as you mentioned, just because we have a whole lot of different difficulties and levels of climbers coming in. A lot of our easier stuff is going to be, we actually use the term juggy, so you can get a good hold, you get a hand hold on it. We have a lot of smaller stuff, crimps. We've crimps and pinches, which are going to get stuck in your hands and your fingers more involved. And on the bouldering wall alone, I think we're sitting at around 22 routes. And then on the tower, I think we have close to, I want to say about 15 defined routes right now. So there's a whole lot for a whole bunch of different skill levels.
Wow, it sounds like a really impressive array. Now, could you tell me what the Mile High Club is?
The Mile High Club, you come on in, you do 150 climbs, you have 1 month to get it all done. You get 100 on our auto belay, so those are going to be the easier climbs, and then you have to do 50 elsewhere. You have to do 50 on a belay, which is when we have somebody on the other end of the rope holding you up. They tend to be a little bit harder, but it's a pretty good time. At the end, you get a really cool shirt.
Awesome. Thank you for that valuable insight. Well, there you have it, everybody. If you want to stay fit with Lane at the Rockwall, the hours are Monday through Friday, 3 to 7, on weekends, 1 to 4. Back after these underwriters, we have more news and a sports update.
Welcome back. Chad has some insight on one of our football players going to Africa.
Yeah, our one and only Spencer Gordon got to take a summer trip to Africa, so I'm going to fill you in on the details and what it kind of meant to him.
Yeah.
Minot State University's Spencer Gordon got to spend his summer vacation in Africa. It was a journey that took him across the globe to Jos, Nigeria. According to Gordon, his dad lived in Nigeria because his grandpa was part of the British government, and he went there as a principal for a school. While in Nigeria, Gordon got to hand feed elephants and learn songs in Nigerian pidgin. Gordon also got to reconnect with individuals from his father's past. In addition to being a student, Gordon is also an MSU football player. He is learning leadership skills by serving as a member of the MSU Football Leadership Council. Culture is something familiar to Gordon after taking overseas trips with his father. As a child, Gordon learned to be grateful for what he has. According to Gordon, traveling gives a different perspective and is very humbling. Minot State will be alive with the sound of music on November 1st and 2nd as high school students participate in the annual Northwest International Festival of Music. According to Assistant Professor of Music Emerson Eads, this is the 41st annual Northwest Festival, and his friend and composer Dr. Joseph Gregorio will be guest conducting the honor choir this year. The event gives students the opportunity to work in large groups and small sectional music rehearsals. Students can also attend an afternoon concert showcasing various MSU ensembles. The MSU Showcase concert will be held tomorrow at 3:30 in Ann Nicole Nelson Hall. More information about the event can be found on the MSU website. As we all know, today is Halloween, and there are many events scheduled throughout the city of Minot tonight, including Minot's First Church of the Nazarenes Trunk or Treat, the annual Halloween Magic Show, the Asylum of Fear Haunted House, the ages 18 and up Halloween Party, and Ebenezer's Halloween Bash with featured band Wild Hands. More information about the events can be found on the Visit Minot website. So lots of activities throughout the Magic City tonight for Halloween, so there you have it.
Yeah, no, and I actually went out like this last weekend too, so it's almost like there's like a whole week of Halloween or like 2 whole weekends and then everything in between, so there's been a lot of stuff.
Minot always has some fun events going on.
Yeah, and there's actually some after Halloween too, if you go on the Visit Minot website, so.
Okay, thank you, Chad.
Yep.
Coming up next, we will have a spooky interview and an insight on campus sports.
Thank you to all of our underwriters.
MSU Beavers Hockey. Online info at msubeavers.com.
Forward Communication, connecting professionals in the Midwest.
MSU Theater Department, year-round entertainment.
Red and Green, MSU's student-run newspaper.
MSU Bookstore, for all your campus needs.
Minot Nutrition Addiction, offering healthy smoothies and meal replacements on the go.
Spicy Pie, pizza, grinders, beer.
Magic City Hoagies, locally owned sandwich shop located in Southwest Minot.
Taco John's, offering fresh tacos, burritos, nachos, and breakfast. Thrive-In Financial, connecting faith and finances.
El Azteca, authentic Mexican food on North Broadway near the airport.
PMQ Entertainment, performing at weddings, proms, and dances.
The Pursuit, creating a place in Minot where everyone is welcome.
Mouse River Players, community theater since 1971.
H-Bar-B Construction, for all your oil field needs.
Bear's Cat Donuts, located on Broadway across from Minot State campus.
Solo? Okay. Here with. How much do I have? Wait, are you lying? Last night there was an event held in Alshire, Ghosts and the Paranormal Real or Fantasy. I'm here with Roger Allert. Thank you for being here. He was one of the individuals that stayed in Hartnett and experienced the ghosts that are apparently here. Can you tell us a little bit more about that?
Okay, apparently there is 2 ghosts that are prominent. There's a male ghost that looks like Colonel Sanders, and a young boy. that runs around with him. Personally, I didn't get to see either one of them, but we captured a nice orb that was walking across the stage, and there was a fire a while back, and we were walking around, and where's that smoke coming from? Like, you could smell it, and then wet wood. And then that's when Wendy Kimball, one of our leads, says, yeah, when I was a student here, there was a fire. And that just blew all of our minds.
Before this had happened and you've seen like proof of it, did you believe in anything of this before?
Oh yes, I've seen ghosts, spirits, faces my whole life. Yeah.
What do you think of it?
Normal. I know there's a lot of skeptics out there. It's something you have to experience yourself. You prove to yourself, you don't prove to other people.
I've been here pretty late nights because I write for the newspaper, and I've been here till like 3 or 4 a.m. and I've never personally heard anything, but I've heard a lot of stories. But in your experience, does it scare you, or do you just think like it's just absolutely normal?
There's a few that scare me. There's always negative and positive. Here, I didn't feel any negative. It was more inquisitive and playful.
Where else have you been that you've experienced it?
Multiple businesses downstairs or downtown. We had Old Main. Here, there, Williston, and Medora were some this year that were really interesting.
Is this what you do for a living?
No, I actually work construction.
Oh, okay.
This is my hobby. Wendy Kimball is one of our leads. She's an art major. We have Stephanie Pinky. She actually runs and helps a comic book store. Brian Hunsinger actually works for the city.
Okay.
So,
what's your favorite thing about this hobby in particular?
the unknown. What you're going to run into, what you're not. Everything's new.
When it happens, does it surprise you? Like when you're in a room, do you feel anything?
Sometimes you feel like an energy shift, either positive, negative, like almost soup. I've felt what feels like spaghetti just running over you, and it's just different things, different places.
Well, thank you so much for being here, Roger. We had to have a spooky interview on Halloween night, so thank you so much. Changing gears to sports, Taylor, did you watch the Nationals game last night?
I did, and I have to say, as a diehard fan of them, I was super happy with the result. They got their first World Series last night, and kind of shifting gears, I'm going to talk to you a little bit more about what Minot State sports did last weekend. Minot State football fell hard last Saturday as the Beavers lost to Augustana 51-6. Despite the lopsided score, the Beavers did manage to punch in the 10th touchdown Augie has allowed all year. A pass from Ben Belinsky to junior wide receiver Chris Bueno gave the Beavers their only points on the day. Jose Luis Moreno had another solid performance as he averaged over 46 yards per punt. After the loss, Minot State moves to 3-5 on the season, and the Beavers will be back in the comfort of Herb Parker Stadium against the University of Minnesota Moorhead on Saturday at 2 p.m. Minot State cross country has been no stranger to success in the 2019 season. The women's team specifically was ranked in the top 10 regional rankings for the first time in program history this year. The success followed them into the 2019 NSIC Championship on Saturday, and freshman Whitney Hansen capped off a stellar season with a 15th place finish and earning second team All-NSIC. Junior Abby McGee also finished in the top 30 on Saturday, and the men's team also saw success with freshman Jacob Jensen finishing in 36th place. Ryan Kohler also finished in the top 50. Congratulations to all of the runners on their performances. MSU men's hockey is set for a lengthy homestand after falling 4-3 in a road game last weekend. The Beavers fell to Davenport University on Sunday in the championship of the Chicago Showcase. Minot State looks to bounce back from the tough loss with 3 home games this weekend against the University of Providence Argos and Grand Canyon University. Earlier this season, the Beavers defeated Providence 6-1 and 5-4 in overtime. The meeting between the Beavers and Grand Canyon on Saturday will be a first in program history. Fans attending tonight's matchup against the Argos of Providence are encouraged to wear costumes to be eligible for prizes. Trick-or-treating will also take place around the rink for the kids. Tonight's puck drop is at 7 p.m. It is win or go home this weekend for Minot State women's soccer. The Beavers sit at 3-11 on the year and have 9 total points in the conference standings. This means MSU must win both games this weekend in order to be eligible for playoff contention. Minot State will host St. Cloud State on Friday at 3 p.m. and will travel to Minnesota Duluth on Sunday for a game at noon. MSU leads the overall series against the Huskies of St. Cloud 7-2. And St. Cloud currently has a conference record of 6-3-2 heading into tomorrow's matchup. We want to wish the best of luck to all the girls in tomorrow's game. So hopefully our soccer team can pull out 2 wins this weekend and kind of keep their season going this year.
Yeah, thank you so much, Taylor. Thanks for tuning in. I hope everyone has a great Halloween weekend. Thank you so much for watching.